Hey guys! So today I'm going live just to talk about skin disease, the different issues you can have with your skin, the root causes of anything that's going on with your skin, and I'm going to share with you my skin regime, what I do for my skincare maintenance. I'm going to wait to see if anybody shows up. This is completely unannounced. I've had a little bit of a time issue this week, just trying to plan things between myself and my boyfriend. So I really didn't know if I was going to be able to go live, which is why I didn't have a challenge. I know a lot of people were asking me to do another challenge, and I really wanted to do another challenge this week. But we will be doing one next week for sure. So next week's topic is going to be actually on neurotransmitter balancing. I find so many people are having issues with this, and I've had so many people asking me about it. So that's what topic we're going to be covering next. But today I want to just talk about anything that can be going on with your skin. So for me, I suffered from acne from the time I was a teenager, and it affected me so much. Like, I had cystic acne, not just like little pimples or blackheads. I had the really painful cysts that won't pop. They hurt and they're inflamed, and I had them all around my mouth. I had them on my nose and my forehead, and I had a ton of them on my back. Like, my back was just covered in these huge cysts. So on my healing journey, I really tried everything out there to get rid of these pimples. And so before I went natural, I tried things like Proactive. I tried, antibiotics. I tried hydrocortisone cream. I tried all of these different things and spent so much money trying to address it from the outside, trying to put something on my skin to make it better. And this is the exact thing we don't want to do. Anytime anything comes on your skin, whether it's dermatitis, you might have hives, you could have acne, you could have eczema. Any of these things are indicating an internal problem, and the only way to really solve them is to look at the root cause. You've got to get to the root cause. So for everybody who's joining, and for those of you new to the group and who don't know me, I'm Sandy. I'm a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner. I'm the founder of Motivated to Heal, and my big goal in life is just to teach everybody about the whole body approach to healing. So today I am joining you, and I am actually not wearing anything. I have no makeup on at all. In my previous live feeds, I did have a little bit of mineral powder on and a little bit of brightening action on my eyes, just so that, I didn't look, well, I'm starting to see some wrinkles and everything. So I was wearing a little bit of makeup the last time, but today I decided to join you guys completely makeup free, which is hard for, any girl to go online without anything on. So I am 100% makeup free. Afterwards, after we talk about some of the root causes, I'm going to go up to my bathroom. I'm going to try putting the phone on my mirror and just show you guys exactly what I do for my skin. So the main thing when you're having skin issues, hi Martine, you're on the bus from Quebec to Toronto. Awesome. No, that's fine if you wanna watch when you get home. What are you doing in Quebec, and what's going on? Hi Chris, how are you doing? So yeah, I will take you behind the scenes on what I do with my skin. But the first thing you guys want to do, and this is going to sound really out of this world and really hard for a lot of people, is you need to stop putting things on your face. You need to stop putting things on your body. And the main reason for this is if we look at the root cause of skin issues, it's mostly to do with the liver. So I've talked about this a lot, and my connection is weak, so hopefully you guys can still hear me. The liver has two phases. So it has a phase 1 and it has a phase 2. And whenever a toxin or a chemical or a drug or food, everything has to go through the liver to be detoxified and eliminated from the body. So when these chemicals enter phase 1, they're getting ready for phase 2. Your body is basically removing something from it to prepare it for the packaging phase. So it's like a processing plant. Phase 1 is, sorting, and phase 2 is packaging and getting it ready to be shipped out. So when it goes through phase 1, it actually your toxin can become more toxic as it prepares to enter phase 2. Hey Karen, how are you doing? So what happens is, if phase 2 is not keeping up to phase 1, it creates like a traffic jam. Nothing is going to get through, and you're going to have this toxin spillover. So your body can either start putting the toxins in fat, which is a pretty safe way to keep them from doing any damage. Your body a lot of times will just try to send them away from your organs. So it will send them to your joints. It will send them like to your hands or your feet. And that's like one of the main reasons why people first start seeing arthritis, or any painful conditions in their hands and their feet first, as their body tries to really get those toxins away from the organs. And the other thing that your body is going to do is try to remove the toxins through your skin. So your skin is the biggest organ in the body, and one of its main goals is detoxification. So we have these pores, and our body can detoxify by sweating. And we have a lot of different receptors in our skin, and some people have more sensitive receptors. So, and the majority of them are on our face. They're very sensitive. So when our liver is backed up and it's congested, it's not doing its job, you're going to start seeing a lot of, these skin problems. Acne, you're going to see like dermatitis, hives, you could see rashes. All sorts of things are going to start showing up through your skin. And what do we want to do? We try to suppress that by putting either, an antibiotic or hydrocortisone, and it creates this vicious cycle. So you're now putting even more toxins onto your skin, which then have to be detoxified by your liver, but your liver has nowhere to send it. It's all backing up in phase 2. And so it just creates this vicious cycle. You're just adding more and more toxins. So the first step in healing your skin is to remove the toxins from your environment. So that's going to be anything you put on your skin needs to stop. And I really don't recommend you do this cold turkey. Like, I'm going to just cut out all my moisturizers. I'm going to cut out my, people do like these alkalizers, and they do these pH balancers, and they have like this whole skincare routine of, let's cleanse, let's exfoliate, then we balance, then we put moisturizer on, then we put makeup on. Like, we really have to tone it down, because the average woman will actually put on something like 5 pounds of toxins onto their face and onto their body, which is then all has to be detoxified by the liver. So guys, that's, really take it slow. Try to really eliminate what you're putting on your skin. So moisturizers, I know I'm going to get a lot of heck from this, but sunblock, like, what are you calling it? Like not suntan lotion. I'm having a brain fart right now. The stuff you put on your skin to prevent cancer. That is all full of chemicals. It's more stuff for your body to be detoxified. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking right now, well, if I don't put on the moisturizer, my skin's going to be dry, it's going to crack. And the problem with moisturizers is that your body will stop producing its own oils, because you're constantly putting something on to moisturize. Your body becomes dependent on it. So that's why I suggest a nice weaning process to get off the moisturizers. And then I'm going to talk about, when I head upstairs to the bathroom, some other alternatives that you can do to really keep your skin nice and moist, especially in the winter. The other thing, if you are having issues with dry skin, again, that is an internal issue. So most of the time, you're going to be deficient in fatty acids. So you can do things like flaxseed, you can do things like hemp, eggs, you can do like some omega-fed chicken. I personally don't like fish oils because our fish has so much heavy metal content in it. So I try to stay away from it. You're going to get a lot of disagreement behind this. The fact people will say is that we're not really absorbing the omega-3s in flax or converting them to an active form. But I've found with everybody that I've worked with, as long as they well tolerate the flax, that it does give them a lot of beneficial results. So you can do the fish oil if you want. I personally don't do the fish oil. I don't actually tolerate much fat, and I try to do more healthy animal fat. So I have an amazing omega-fed chicken that I love my chicken, so I eat a lot of the skin, and I will do more eggs. But if you tolerate the seeds and the nuts, that's going to give you a lot of good omega-3 fatty acids. And for those of you who are saying, well, I'm doing a lot of fat and my skin is still not where I would like it, it's still dry, well, you might not be absorbing the fat. Or you might not be converting the fat in your liver. So try adding a bile salt when you're eating your fats, and you can also try adding a digestive enzyme. And one of my favorite things on the planet is to run an organic acids test, and you can actually see whether you're metabolizing the fat, which is super cool. I love that test. So back to different skin issues. So we covered, the main issue why you're having all these skin problems is your liver. So you do need to do some detoxification. You can do things like coffee enemas, you can do liver and gallbladder flushes, a lot of different herbs and nutrient support. You can actually check out in my in the Facebook group, there is 4 posts, and I will be covering the liver itself on another live stream in the future. Okay, so just give me 1 second. Okay, so reason number 2, and it's probably like, I can't say that this is root cause number 1 or root cause number 2. They probably go hand in hand. A lot of people, especially if they're having acne around their face, for women, if it's cyclical, if you find it's at certain times of your month, and for men too, it can really be hormonally related. So the big culprit is DHT. So your body can take testosterone and break it down into DHT, or a safer form, less potent form. And this can happen with women too. Women, we do have testosterone, and if we're not metabolizing our hormones through a nice, safe pathway, and we're converting our testosterone to DHT, we can see a lot more skin issues. DHT is 40 times more potent than, it's called the alpha form of testosterone. The beta form, which is a lot safer. So it is 40 times more potent, and we have all these DHT receptors on our skin. So if you're producing DHT, even if it's in a small amount, you could be sensitive to it and it's called an androgen sensitivity, and it can be causing a lot of acne on your face and on your back. So running a Dutch test, and I really think I should change my motto to just run a Dutch test. But really, the Dutch test tells you so much. It's going to tell you how well you're converting your testosterone. So, and for men too, a lot of men, they're really high in DHT. We see that with hair loss. So that's another symptom of high DHT or an androgen sensitivity, is the hair loss. So the other common problem is an imbalance in estrogen and progesterone. So this is more so for women. Now we commonly see the higher estrogens having a lot more clear skin, but a lot of times if you might have a good level of estrogen, but because you're not metabolizing it well, and this all goes back to the liver, you're going to be producing some toxic estrogens. Your progesterone might be a little bit lower. When the progesterone is low, we'll see some PMS type acne on the face or on the back. So that's indicating that the progesterone is low, but it's always a good idea to not guess, just run the test. For my acne, I thought it was completely hormonal, and I started playing around with my hormones, and it had really devastating effects, guys. I ended up developing interstitial cystitis from playing around with my hormones. So I really do recommend, if you have any skin issues and you're guessing it's your hormones, run the Dutch test and check for sure, because it might not be. It might just be a liver issue. It could be a histamine issue. So if we look at, okay, so why are these things happening? That's all well and good. Let's balance our hormones. Let's balance our liver phases. But we need to prevent this from happening again. So we talked about it in the beginning. Really cutting down on your toxins is going to reduce the burden on your body. So that's environmental. That's the food you eat. What are your thoughts on Chaste Tree? Christine, that's a really, really great question. If you do confirm your progesterone is low, you can start taking Chaste Tree, but I recommend for 2 months prior to doing the Chaste Tree berry that you rebuild the minerals and the nutrients that your body needs to make the progesterone, because all these hormones, they require a lot of nutrients, they require a lot of cofactors to make them. So if you start taking Chaste Tree, which actually acts on the brain and it tells the brain to produce more progesterone, if you don't have the necessarily cofactors, your body's going to start pulling that from other parts of your body that are needed. Like, there's a reason why your hormones are low. If your hormones are low, it indicates stress. Unless you're, postmenopausal and it's a normal part of our female cycle in life. When your progesterone is low, it is indicating that there's something else going on and you need to address the root cause. So balancing the hormones is great, but you always need to be thinking deeper, thinking ahead. What's my next step to prevent this from happening again? And how can I support my body to actually make that progesterone? Because you do need to give it what it needs. So things like zinc, P5P, magnesium, a lot of fat. Every single hormone in your body is made from fat. So make sure you're getting it, make sure you're digesting it. So give yourself some support there, and make sure you're metabolizing the fat in your liver. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question on the progesterone. And so we'll go back to where we were. So really, guys, really cutting down the toxins in your environment is going to be key to taking the stress long-term off your liver. So committing to, these long-term lifestyle changes. It's not a quick fix. Sounds like I'm doing the right thing. Awesome. I really think you are. Definitely. So the other reason, like the root cause, why is our hormones out of balance? Why is our liver so congested? So we have to look deeper. And where do we go? Well, we have to look at the gut. So gut pathogens is going to be huge stress on the body. It's going to be causing leaky gut. That's going to be causing more toxins, more burden on the liver. Addressing things like heavy metals is going to be key to healing the gut long term. So if this all sounds like daunting and overwhelming, and you're like, how do I find out which is which? Is it my liver? Is it my hormones? What is the status of my gut? Do I have these pathogens? I can help you guys if you are interested in coaching. So I'm gonna turn the camera around for a second and just talk about my coaching package. So if you guys are looking for help, you're really serious about getting to the root cause of your health issues, you want to heal your skin and have clear skin. My skin is amazing. Here, I'm gonna look at that winter scene outside. Sorry, I'm like, sometimes I bounce around. But yeah, if you guys are, really serious about getting healthy, when you're having these issues with your skin, it's pointing to underlying imbalances, is pointing to underlying issues. So I have an amazing 6-month program where we really get to the root cause. We're going to run some amazing functional labs, things like the Dutch panel and the organic acids test. We're going to check out like full pathogen screenings of your gut. We can look at your hair mineral analysis and the different nutrient levels with some blood work and some hair analysis, which is really great because a lot of times with your skin, it can just be a mineral imbalance. You might be deficient in something, or you might have an excess in something. So I'm going to, take the guesswork out of this for you. I will design some awesome programs completely customized to your body. So we're going to rebalance your hormones. We're going to rebalance your liver, really detoxify and cleanse. Another thing that could be happening, even if your phase 1 and your phase 2 are detoxifying well, you might not be eliminating well. So you might be getting it all ready for packaging, but it's not leaving the plant. So we need to really work on your gut health, making sure that your elimination pathways are open, looking at heavy metals. So I do provide for every single one of my clients wholesale lab prices. In my 6-month program, you get unlimited lab analysis, which is awesome. It enables you to really get to the root cause, really jumpstart your healing process, and just completely, feel amazing and have clear skin. Because for me, even with the lupus and everything else that I suffered from, my skin was huge for me, guys, because, when you look good and you feel good, it really affects your health. So we do like a 2-hour discovery session. We really develop a plan. You're getting 10 hours of coaching. You're getting unlimited email and text support. We're going to go over the whole body approach. So everything you need to heal. We're going to do stress management, proper sleep patterns. We're going to detoxify your environment and really work on your mindset. So we'll scroll down. You guys can check out my website. It's www.motivatedtoheal.com. And this is under my protocol. I have some amazing clients that I'm working with, and they're really loving the program. So you can pay, if you're really interested and you're serious, the discounted price is $3,000 US, and the full payment plan is 6 payments of $647. So guys, this is really for people who are tired of guessing, they're tired of trial and error, they're tired of wasting all this money just on things that aren't working for them, and they really want to, you want to jumpstart your healing process, you want to take the guesswork out of this. I only work with people who are really serious and motivated about getting healthy. So whether it's a skin issue, whether you're suffering from arthritis, whether you have an autoimmune disease like I had, lupus or MS, if you're really serious about finding out, you can actually set up a free discovery call. There's an application on the webpage, and I'll put it in the comments. And I'd really love to work with you. I'd really love to talk to you. Even if you're not ready for coaching, feel free to sign up for a free 30-minute coaching session. I love just inspiring and motivating people and helping you guys along your journey. Whether you want to work with me or work with somebody else, I just want you guys to, get healthy, feel better, feel confident, and just be the best that you can. Alrighty, so that goes from the practical part. I'm going to put my little dog down, and she's probably going to bark and get really upset because she is a little spoiled. We are going to go up to my bathroom, and I'm going to discuss exactly what I do for my skin. So just give me a second. My dogs are all going to follow me because they're my little shadows. Okay, so hopefully my phone will sit up here. So there's a little more light. You can see I'm not wearing any makeup. So ladies, this is what I do for my skin. In the morning, if I'm not going anywhere, if I don't need to wear makeup, I do nothing. I don't wash my face. I don't put anything on my face. And I go. So it's really easy. Now, if I want to wear some makeup, if I'm going out or if I'm doing a live stream, it's really simple. This is all that I do. I literally just take some water and wet my face, okay? And then I take a washcloth and I pat my face dry. It's not that dry. Okay. So this is what I use for my skin. It's the only thing, and there's hair on it. This is the only thing that I put on my face. It is Desert Essence, I'm gonna say jojoba oil, but it's really jojoba, and that is really hard for me to say. Anytime I say jojoba, I think of ho ho ba humbug, and I can't get that out of my head. So it's like I'm Santa Claus mixed with the Grinch. So I use my jojoba oil, and I literally just put, you know, a couple drops on my hands and rub it, and I put it on my face, which my face will, you know, get mad that I'm rubbing it. It doesn't like that. So we'll get a little bit more red. And, you know, this is the only moisturizer I use on my face. I actually don't put anything else on my body. Even in the shower when I'm washing, I'll use like a glycerin soap on my its and bits, but I don't wash the bacteria off my skin. I don't scrub, I don't do anything. And I found, especially for my back, that was huge. Just like letting it be, letting the toxins come out, and then going to work on my liver. Sorry, I'm having to bend down. Okay, so the jojoba oil or the jojoba oil, I put on my hands because I do wash my hands quite often, and that it's great for moisturizer. You can use things like coconut oil. Be careful with it. A lot of people are sensitive on their face because of the receptors. You can use any oil that you can think of. I personally just like the jojoba because it is actually very similar to our skin's natural sebum. So when we're putting on the oil, it like almost mimics our skin, so our skin doesn't feel like it needs to start pushing out all this oil. So when you start weaning yourself off your moisturizers, you're going to eventually have a rebound effect where your body's going to really start pumping everything out. So the jojoba oil will tone that down because it will make your skin feel as though it's not depleted of oils. So the only thing that I use for makeup is this. It's Physicians Formula mineral powder, and it's just a translucent powder, and I find it just takes away a little bit of the redness, and I just will put it right on top of the oil. So it doesn't take me very long. It's actually quite hard to do in this little camera. Hi, Karen. How are you doing, hun? I'm putting on makeup and showing everybody what I'm doing for my face. Because I had such an outpouring of comments, people private messaging me, asking, what are you putting on your face? How did you heal your acne? So I'm just showing people exactly what I do for my skincare. It's really not a lot. I'm actually not very girly at all. I'd much rather just go outside in the bush and climb a mountain than put on makeup, get dressed, and go out somewhere. You are having a good day today. That is awesome. If somebody comes to your door, Karen, please answer it, okay? It's somebody's supposed to be coming to your house today. Okay. All right, so that is literally the amount of powder that I put on. It's just a tiny little bit. I love using, especially for my skin, just this nice like silver. It's like a shiny silver eyeshadow. And I just find, you know, by putting it on your eyes, I'm gonna look up into my actual big mirror, and I put it underneath here too because, you know, we all have dark circles. Mine go away in the summer when I actually get a really good tan now. For the longest time, I couldn't go out in the sun without completely just burning like within minutes. And now my skin loves the sun. It has the nutrients to be able to handle the UV rays. So I find in the winter, I'll immediately lose my tan and I turn really, really white. Like my boyfriend laughs at me when we go to the beach in Florida in the winter. He's like, oh my God, shield yourself. I can't see from the glare off your stomach. So I turn really white. So I like using this silver just to, when the light hits, it makes it not look so dark. It just gives it like a reflection. So you can't even really see, but that's all that I do for my eyes. And then I use a blue because blue is my favorite color, and I can't wear like the black sexy look. I just look dead. So go with whatever works for your skin. I just use a blue eyeliner and put it on. You can tell, yeah, I'm not a makeup artist at all. I just guess. Okay, so yeah, that's like what I do for my eyes, just to make them a little bit brighter. I rarely wear mascara just because I hate to take it off. I don't like those chemicals to take it off. If I was to put on mascara just to, you know, make my eyelashes look like I have some because they're totally blonde, then I'd use a little bit of soap. So you just wet your washcloth. Right now I'm using a Kiss My Face, and no, I'm not making any money off these products. I like this. It's just a pure olive oil soap. It has no scent. It has nothing. It's just like olive oil and glycerin. And I take that and I just wipe off my makeup on my eyes. And I hate doing it, so I rarely wear mascara. So that is all that I do for my skin, guys. And that's all that I was wearing on the live streams. Now, to take it off, which I'm not really going to do because then it's just going to upset my face. All I use is a warm washcloth, and I literally just take it off. Like that is, I don't put any soap, I don't put any cleansers, I don't put anything, just a warm washcloth. And immediately after, I'll put on a couple more drops of jojoba oil on my face and go to bed. And that's it. Not a lot to it, and it's so low maintenance, and you can see like I don't get these cysts anymore because I've really reduced the amount of toxins in my body. I've done the work on my liver and really rebalanced my hormones. So if you have any questions, post them in the comments. Feedback, great. No challenge this week, guys, but we will definitely be doing a challenge next week, Wednesday to Friday, maybe even 4 days. I'm still in the planning process, but I will be posting it by the weekend. On Friday, weather permitting, I'm hoping to get out and do that a nice yoga winter session just to show you that it's totally possible to stay active during the winter and have some fun with it. So take care, guys. I'm gonna head and take these dogs for a walk before they go insane. So bye. Bye, Karen. Have a good day and watch for what's coming to your door. Bye. You don't even need makeup. You have great skin. Aw, thanks, hon. I know, but I still think it looks a little bit better with makeup. Okay, bye, Karen. Bye, everybody.